Sorry, I forgot I wasn't recording. So there's a way MTN is going to know. There's a way MTN can know the kind of phone I'm using, whether it's a smartphone or whether it's just this kind of phone, the other kind of phone. So when I saw that, oh, this guy is no longer using a smartphone because I was using this iPhone before, so I used to subscribe. So when I noticed that this guy, they now restructure their message like, okay, get 1 GB, you can get 1 GB free and 100% bonus for the next 3 months when I upgrade to a smartphone. And I should go to the nearest MTN center to get affordable phones. So they are trying to tell me that, guy, I think it's high time you go and I think it's high time you get a smartphone for yourself so that you can enjoy this package. So so it's that's that about customer engagement. So importance of social media analytics. The social media analytics is an effort to create, develop, and nurture brands using online social network and social media to achieve business goals. So if by the time you are able to use the power of social media to get to do opinion mining to know the kind of the requirement of your customers. Okay, this is what your customer wants about a particular product. Okay, this part this part of the product is not really good. You can tweak it and make it fit for the customer's needs. So in that way you'll be able to achieve more profits in that regard. And also I think the likes of Google, Microsoft, YouTube are using all this analytics to also achieve business goals. For example, YouTube. If you go to YouTube, if you watch a couple of videos, from those videos you watch, they should be able to tell the kind of person you are and the kind of videos they will recommend for you. So if you go to YouTube and start watching comedy, the likes of comedy and maybe sports, so by the time you log on to YouTube, what's the first thing or the first 10 or 20 videos you're going to see is going to be about comedy and sport. So you don't need to start typing. They will give you the most trending comedy and sports. So you don't need to type. You don't even need to type before you start clicking and start watching. So after you finish watching, before you even finish watching a video, they've already got another one so before you know it, you started clicking, if you continue clicking, then you've exhausted your data. So that's the power of social media analytics. So social media analytics is different from other analytics. It's used to analyze online activities of customers, user-generated data, and customer sentiments, and all the likes of that. Okay, let's try and check on to the next slide. Okay, so let's try and have a deep understanding of social media analytics. So we have used terms such as target audience, desired action, and content. So let's start from So targeted audience is a specific group of people within a target market at which a product or its marketing message is in. So you may have a product whereby, let's say TikTok. Let's say TikTok, for example now. So TikTok, I don't know whether you guys know TikTok. I think people on this course should know TikTok. So TikTok is just an application whereby you just use just to do short videos and the rest of them. So TikTok as it is it's an application that is majorly for youth, like it's youth, it's it's for youth, or even, let me say, even girls that though guys can use TikTok, but let's say it's particularly for youth. So if you have an application that it's if we take a deep look at it, it's going to be youth that's going to be using that product, and you are taking that kind of product to somewhere like maybe I don't know. I don't know the so you took that kind of product to it's so TikTok is something that is like more of entertainment and less of them. But you now took TikTok to LinkedIn and be advertising. So it's not doesn't really fit in. So you have to know your target audience and know where you can. So TikTok is fit to be advertised in the likes of Twitter or maybe Facebook, whereby it's more of socializing and the likes of that. So let's look at desired action. Social media campaigns are used by organizations to convert the target audience into customers through specific desired action. Also, content. Social media expert and professional agree that content is paramount. Content which comes in various formats like articles, blogs, or interactive games and makes the customer perform the desired action. So, social media campaign. So, if you are doing a social media campaign or social media marketing or the likes of them, so the content really matters. The content really matters because if they can't get what your product is actually doing at just reading the content at a glance, you won't really get the desired result you want. You will get the desired result you want. I don't know. Let me check. So for example, I don't know. I think I think Susan is having issue connecting. I don't know why.
Class today is just
Yeah, it's just somehow.
let's see.
So
Maybe
let's see.
get this material with everyone, I guess, later on.
They have it. They have it.
Like, okay, okay.
They have their laptop. So so once in a while, okay, let me allow her. I think she's in. Hello, Susan. Susan, can you hear me? Is it your network that's showing you out or something? I didn't hear that.
The network.
Okay. All right, no problem. So content is also paramount. So let's see. For example, a so let me use Jumia for example now. Let's say Jumia just posted let's say an ad for example and say okay refer uh refer someone now and get 20 points on Jumia. So let's say there's an ad like that. So refer someone and get 20 points on Jumia. So that's just the ad. So if I should see that, it's not really engaging. The content is not really engaging because okay, yeah, 20 points is cool. 20 points is cool, but what is 20 points? So what do I mean? What is 20 points? What can I use 20 points to do? But if you tell me that something like refer someone now and earn up to 2,000 naira on Jumia. So it means that I know now if I should refer someone, oh, I'll get 2,000 naira in my Jumia wallet. I know in my mind what I can use 2,000 naira because maybe I used to patronize Jumia. So I know what I can use 2,000 naira to buy on Jumia. So I'll just calculate in my head. If I should refer someone to register on Jumia, if I should refer 5 people, that's 10,000 naira. Can I use 10,000 naira to buy nice shoe? Something like that. I'll be thinking like that. But if I just 20 points, what's 20 points? It doesn't really catch the attention of your your customer. So you have to be more precise. It has to to make more sense to them. So also content mechanics. Success on social media is dependent on originality of campaign. Yeah. So identification and measurement of desired outcome can be achieved through the following steps. So let's identify the objectives of social media campaigns. So some objectives are brand awareness. Okay, you want people to know about your brand. So for example, there's a brand NB. I don't know if someone knows what NB is. NB, do you know? Do anyone know what NB is? Does anybody know a brand called NB? NB.
No.
So that's one of it. So NB is New Balance. I think they make clothes, shoes, and the likes of that. Now, if I should go to University of Lagos, for example, now, if I should go to University of Lagos, I should go to Faculty of Science, for example. If I should tell someone that, do you know NB? Now, the first thing that will come to their mind is Nessa Bernard, because that's a brand that's been common in that faculty, that mostly everybody knows in that faculty. So before anybody can even think of New Balance, first of all talk about Nessa Bernard. So brand awareness. So first of all, they should say this name. They should be able to think about your products. Oh, are you talking about Nessa? Are you talking about New Balance? Are you talking about Nessa Bernard? Which is very important. Also, brand analysis, customer behavior analysis, prospective customer behavior analysis. So customer behavior analysis is quite different from prospective customer behavior analysis. So customer behavior analysis are those ones that they are your customers already. Then prospective customer behavior analysis are those ones that are likely to become your customer. And number of existing as well as prospective customer analysis. That's your current customer and the one that are likely to be your customer. So financial analysis, impact of social media on customers, effectiveness of social media marketing campaign. Okay, so this is the last slide for this first presentation. So let me go back. I think I missed something. Okay, so the second one is identify and document the social media activities. So whether the number of likes, dislikes, the comments, and everything. Also identify the measurable social media and activities. The ones you can measure, maybe you can say, okay, you can give it kind of grading. Let's say likes is 5. Or let's say you can talk about user rating in this case too. User rating 5-star, 4-star, and the likes of them. Identify the financial model. Assign values to different activities. I think I talk about this. Analyze impact of all social media activities. So what is going to be the impact of this on our products? Okay, with this kind of feedback we get in our products, will it increase our cost, the number of customers we're going to get, or will it even reduce the customers we have and even make us lose most customers? So estimate financial gains, communicate with stakeholders, because they really have a role to play when it comes to that. Also utilize collected data in other marketing campaigns. So after you have the data, you make the analysis, you know where you have to shift your marketing campaigns to. Maybe Twitter is not really catching your customers, then maybe you have to shift your campaign to maybe LinkedIn and the likes of that. This is very, very important. Okay, so let's see next slide. Implementation of Twitter sentiment analysis on app. The sentiment analysis is a tool used for analyzing positive and negative traits about any product or brand. To perform Twitter sentiment analysis, now following steps need to be executed. So we go to this guy in the browser to open a home page of Twitter developer, create a Twitter account and sign in. Click on application menu after signing and get my application page. Click on create new application, fill required details, and leave callback URL field blank as shown below. So this part, I think there's a lot of changes. When they created this material, the way Twitter developer account was then is not a little bit is what it wasn't as stringent as how it is now, because a lot of things have changed there. They are trying to inculcate some terms and all and conditions like that, because you have to know what are you trying to use that account to do for exactly. So because you'll be using Twitter API to retrieve tweets, messages, likes, and tweet messages, number of followers, and likes of that on Twitter. So they have to monitor those stuff. So, but let me open the site so that we can see that dev.twitter.com. So a lot of things has changed. So I have this page. So accept. So this is the way the thing is now. So I have to sign in. I think I have a Twitter account, but I've tried to do this before. So I'm not using the Twitter account. I don't really use Twitter. I'm not really a fan of Twitter. So Emmanuel, I think. So this should log me in. This is not what I'm supposed to say. This taking me to Twitter directly. This is not what I'm supposed to say. So, but let's just move on to the next slide. So, I'm supposed to say something like this, but the page now doesn't look like this. So let me open the page again. So I think I'm logged in now, and so if I should log, they expect me to see something like this. But now I'm seeing this. So we are going to be using Twitter API to do that analysis, because you have to connect like Twitter to your R environment so that you can access that. So I'm supposed to be able to create application. Let me see. Let me click on apply. So get started with Twitter APIs and tools. So I have to apply for a developer account. So, but if they don't grant you that access, so you will not be able to use it. So I have to apply for a developer account and do a lot of process like that. So I haven't been able to do that yet. But let's proceed. Hold on. What's going on? Okay. So you create an application. You are going to have something like this. So maybe after you have applied them, they will grant you authorization to use the Twitter API. And click the create your Twitter application link on the page. So when you click the button, a page appears with name of the application. So copy the text of, so you're going to see something like consumer key and consumer secret available on the application page to a text file, so that there are informations you would use in the future while doing maybe it's for Twitter authorization and the likes of that. So click the create my access token button on the application page. So these steps, I think it's more in step-by-step guide in your material. That's your hard copy material. So click the create my access token button on the application page as shown in the next slide. So let's see the next slide. So where is it? So you have it here, create my access token. Now in the next slide, let's see. So when you click the create my access token button, your access token portion of the page appears as shown in the figure below. So you have this information here. So I think they close this part. So if you see here, you have authorized URL, authorized token URL, I've seen API.twitter and the likes of that. So click the settings tab on the menu bar. On the page that appears, select the read, write, and access direct messages radio button and check the allow this application to be used to sign in with Twitter checkbox. So after this, complete the authorization by providing the key. Follow this step by opening a new R session in a separate terminal or command prompt. So note the last step does not work in R Studio or regular R. Now Windows user need to perform the following steps. So you go to, I think when you install your R, you go to your program files and go to this particular folder bin or the location where your R.exe is stored. So after this, okay, is stored in the command prompt. Then type R and hit enter to start a new R session. So let's try and demonstrate this. Let me go to my file explorer. Let me go to my program files first. So that's, first of all, go to Windows. Okay. How's man? I don't know why my file explorer is not responding. Oh, okay, I get. Let me close it. I don't know why it has been doing like that. Let me close this. Sorry. So let me use another. Let me use get open. So I'll go to Windows, then go to let me do. So let me go to this place first. Then check this is where my R is stored. It's not on. So this R, so R 4.0. Then let me see. So let me go to bin. So you can see my R.exe. So this way you are going to enter into the command prompt. Can you see? Can you hear me, Susan and Temitope?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
So I'll go to command prompt now. I'll just type CMD, then enter command prompt. So in this format, in this format where you have the arrangements, first of all, you have the C, then the program files, then R, then this, and this. So I'll just type, as you can see here, I said go to this or to the location where your RC file is stored in the command prompt. So so let's see. I'll just type C, then after that I have program files, then slash R, then slash I have R hyphen 4.0.0, then slash bin. I think, yeah, then I can close this guy. The system cannot find the path. Why? Oh, sorry. I didn't put a slash here, I guess. Okay. Okay, said is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or batch file. I think I'm having issues to run this. I don't know why. But that's the version of R I have. I don't know why I'm having issue to do that for now. So after you've run this, then you type R to start a new question, and a new R session. I think you have to do this on the command prompt. So let's see. But you have a step-by-step guide. Linux MV2 users need to perform the following steps. Type R in the terminal and hit enter to start R session. So you can do this using your VMware. You can use your VM since your VMware is Linux environment. So just type R in your and hit enter. So you have to install all these packages to be able to perform the Twitter sentimental analysis. So after you be able to install these packages, let's see. Then you load them. So you have after they have been successfully installed, you load them. So now for Twitter sentiment analysis, all users can perform the following steps. So we use this package that we installed. Then we generated a consumer key and a consumer secret that will fall in this part. Then request URL. I think it was given in the, if you see the last slide, so you are going to have this guide too. This access URL will be given. So all this will be stored in an object called cred, like credentials. So after you've done this, then do a handshake with your uncompleted credentials by using the following command. So create a person handshaking with uncompleted credentials. So authorize by entering the username and password in order to use your account page that appears. So the authorization page appears with a pin as in the figure. So we use this pin. Let's check the next slide. So put the above pin in command prompt and check credentials, which is saved by the method in the following video. So save cred file. Probably this is then you save the credentials into this using the save button. Then you can use list.files. Then save that. So you have this. You save it as what? What's the name of the file again? I'm not. The name is not correspondent, but I'll be. So the most probably just save the credentials. Then after we have saved it, wow. Okay, this is not the end of the slide now. Why are they giving me points to remember? But a more comprehensive step is already in the hard copy material. So it's after you be able to do this. So in this page, after you go to say apply for a developer account. So after you click on this, you'll be told to fill in some details. So let's see, what is your primary reason for using Twitter developer tools? Then you have to check. You can only check for one. So I think you just use this part, exploring the API. So you'll be using the Twitter API. Then you click on next here. Then here you have to fill in some details here. Then you are going to go to this section, intended use, review, terms and conditions, then you accept. So I think they will get back to you if your application was successful in this regard. So for you to be able to access and use this Twitter, do this Twitter analysis in R. I think there is a mix-up somewhere, because this is supposed to be this one just gave us the last slide, whereas let me see, there's a mix-up in the slide. Online sentiment. Sorry, hold on. I think this was the slide I'm supposed to go to before I go to this place. Oh, so you didn't follow the particular. This is the part 2 actually. But I just went to part 3. I didn't check. So this is the part 2 of the slide. So the following techniques are commonly used for data analysis. You have factor analysis, cluster analysis, discriminant analysis, conjoint analysis, multidimensional scaling. So what's factor analysis? A method used to describe variability among observed correlated variables in terms of a potentially lower number of unobserved variables called factors. So I don't really know much about this, but so let's talk about cluster analysis. So it's the type of grouping a set of variables in such a way that objects in the same group are more similar to each other than those in other groups. So just like you want to segregate objects. So let's say, for example, the scores of some students. So you have the scores of some students from 0 to 100. Then you are trying to separate them. Maybe if I say two clusters now, so I'm considering two clusters for those scores. So it's either it is good or it is bad, or you say it is good and it is poor. Now for good, you can take your good to be between. So the system, the model can take the good to be scores between 51 to 100 and poor between 0 to 50, something like that. But if I choose my cluster, number of clusters to be 3. So it can be good in, let's say, good, fair, and poor. Then good can be something like 70 to 100 and likes of them. So the model is going to tell which will belong to a particular cluster depending on the variable that feeds into that. So discriminant analysis is a statistical technique used in determining an object belonging to a particular classification on the basis of its characteristics or essential features. So this one is is more, it's not like cluster analysis, but it's this one takes into consideration characteristics and essential features of that variable. Whereas now classify that, oh, this person belongs here and this other person belongs here. Now, conjoint analysis is a multivariate analytical tool that jointly considers the effect of individual attributes of a product or brand. So it jointly considers the effect of the individual product on product or brand. So multidimensional scaling is a means of visualizing the level of similarity of individual cases of data sets. Okay. So isolated techniques used in social media analytics, you have social media listening, whereby you, let's say for example, you have a WhatsApp group chat. Then there's this, I don't know, there's this tool you can, like you're doing some kind of social media analytics, then you, it's like a listener. So what it does is it's listen to their conversation and extract information and all of that. Then you can use that tool for that data to make analysis like, okay, these are the most common words that were used in the conversations. This is the number of, this is the user that used the particular word the most. Okay, this is the particular user that typed the most, that typed something most on that group chat. So this person typed maybe 150 times and all. So that's called social media listening. Also have social media scoring and social media modeling. So to talk about social media analytical tools in the part 3 of the slides, do skip the slide. So there are several types of social media tools. So before selecting an analytical tool, an organization should make sure that the tool should meet business challenges, be based on a strong data process in terms of reliability and validity, be able to provide insight for the organization. Yeah, that's very key, because it doesn't really make sense you implement you you have a tool that can give you the, though it can provide insight, fine, but does that insight really meet your own business goal? If not, then there is no point implementing that tool for your analytics. So be able to lead concrete action, provide guidance to track results, and be innovative. So online social media analytic tools, we have backed with Facebook Insights, Google Alerts, Hotsuite, Ice Rockets. So we have this 5. So several free social media analytics tools are available on the internet. Some popular ones are, so it is this one listed here, they are free, like open source. So apart from free analytics, some examples of free analytics tools include this 4 we have here: Autorial or SDL, Agile Social, Blitz Metrics, Bottlenose. So I think this one are paid. Okay. So we also have desktop applications for social media analytics. You have Lucky Orange, where you can use on your PC. You have Trackbot. You have Red Twitter Analytics. So this Lucky Orange monitors blog visitors and provides an interface to interact with them. What does Cloud do? uses social media analytics to rank its users according to online influence. Okay, that's loud. Squad Social analyzes demography of visitors like age, gender, and that. Smush.it allows you to compress image, so you have a lot of them. Okay. The introduction to text mining, a set of techniques and methods used for the automatic process of natural language text available in reasonable large quantities in the form of computer files. So when we talk about mining, it's actually, you should think about something big. It should be in reasonably large quantities. So the we've talked about map reduce earlier in this class. Map reduce is basically used for text mining. So, and schematically what we call lexicometry plus data mining. If you're doing data mining and you are trying to mine depending on some language use, let's say adverbial phrase or clauses, you are trying to look for some key points in the text because you don't want to just, though you might just first of all take the whole conversation comments, but you have to segregate and take some useful things and remove some words you might not necessarily need in your analysis. So the process starts with information retrieval here. Parsing and other linguistic analysis are applied on the text to identify text features such as people, organization, place names, and the likes of that. So let's see an overview of text mining in the next slide. Query documents. Okay, you have document collection, retrieve documents, document matcher. So statistical analysis use tools like R and word count, helps to access overall review. So word count is a map reduce job that counts in the appearance of a specific word in a text document. So plotting technique that scatter plots is used to determine the positive and negative relationship. Text mining techniques are also used in analyzing demographics, financial status, and buying behavior of customers. The following are some application of text mining. Competitive intelligence, we talked about this. Community leveraging. Text mining discovers the underlying information embedded in the community interaction that can be utilized in modifying the business marketing strategy. So you leverage on the interactions you get from social media. So what is the opinion of people about your particular product or brand? And you leverage on that to strategize on your marketing aspect of the organization. So law enforcement. Text mining techniques are being used in government intelligence and countering the anti-terrorist activities in various countries. So also use this because so you can use that, like generating text on social media and see some kind of text. So some kind of text online can, by the time you analyze them, you see that it's maybe life threatening and the likes of that. So you can use that to track down some people from social media. Some people, what they do is they just create chaos on social media and they leave and all the likes of that. So you can can use text mining to counter terrorism activities also. So life sciences, pharmaceutical giants like universities and pizza are using text mining to research and development of drugs. Hmm. Okay, okay. Text mining process involves extraction of keywords, classification, and clustering of text. Yeah, and application of patterns as the key steps for implementation. So let's see the complete picture of the mining process. Text processing, identifying unique words. Yeah, very important. I think word count does this for you. Removal of the stop words, word stemming. So we have documents representation too. Vectors. So under this we have vector space model, dimension reduction, and document retrieval such as text indexing, measure of accuracy. So after you've done your processing and the likes of that, you might want to structure your your data, and which is a form of a text in this case. Then put them in a database. You can structure it whereby it can fit into a relational database so that you'll be able to do a retrieval from it and index them. So document clustering, document similarity, and document categorization. So what are software you can use for text mining? So some commonly used programs for text mining are Text, Angles, Autonomy, Grammar Bridge, IBM Language Web, IBM Spaces. I think I will have to explore this IBM Spaces part of text mining. But as we proceed in this class, we will use the word count to do what we call a word count. Yeah, word count to count the the number of times a unique word appears in a particular document or text. Some other subset for text mining is active points, intensity, cross-minder, compare suits, IBM CSS, predictive analytics. So what does intensity do? Let's see. It has the ability to extract who, what, where, when, and why facts, and then drill down to understand people, places, and events, and how they are related. Okay. Okay. So sentiment analysis. So the most popular part of text mining is sentiment analysis, also called opinion mining. So it's study of analyzing people's opinion, sentiments, attitude, appraisals, and evaluations. So we've talked about this. So let's talk about facts now. Okay, product X is better than product Y. Now, if you look at this now, facts, product X is better than product Y. Now, opinions, I don't like X. I feel Y is better in terms of durability. Now, someone can say, give a comment about a product now. This is a fact, product X is better than product Y. Now, this is an opinion. I don't like X. I feel Y is better in terms of durability. But if I should come to order a product and say, oh, if you don't like Y, if you don't like X, maybe you should try Y. Now, that kind of comment is it's opinion, but it doesn't really say much about X. It's just like if you don't like X, maybe you should try Y. So it doesn't talk about, okay, why is X? Why can't that person use X or something like that? If we say something like something not come to my head. Something not come to my head. So the process of sentiment analysis makes use of linguistics, various computer technologies, text analysis tools, AI, and natural language processing to identify and extract useful information. Methods used in sentiment analysis, the words are tagged using part of speech tagging. Defined patterns are extracted to look out for sentiment orientation of the pattern. So this kind of methods are used by let's say, let me use Grammarly as for example. Now Grammarly, when you type something, you are using Grammarly to make corrections with your maybe writing of articles or messages. So you'll be able to tell that, oh, this space you're not supposed to put a space, or you're not supposed to put a S, or this message is not complete. So there's this kind of method that we put in place to help check that. So that method is also used in sentiment analysis too. Okay, I need words that start with D. So any words that start with D. Okay, you can say, okay, anyone that has like inside it, you can take it as positive and the likes of that. So parameters used in sentiment analysis. So the process of sentiment analysis involves calculation of given text on the basis of the following parameters. So polarity, which can be positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, you can take, okay, like positive, dislike negative, and I think there's a way you can comment like to be neutral. Particular in some particular platform, you can be neutral. Say, let's say when they issue out a Google form and try to get a review on a particular maybe program or product. So you can have something like strongly agree, strongly agree, and there's one that is usually be in the middle. I think neutral. I think you usually have neutral, then disagree, then strongly disagree. So someone can be neutral and just be in the middle. So he doesn't say a no, he's not saying a yes either. So emotional states, which can be sad, angry, and happy. So these ones fall into, I use social media for example. There are this smiley. If you want to like on Facebook now you can use the thumbs up, but you can use a happy face, you can use a sad face or a angry face. So those emotional states are also involved. The scaling system or numeric values, subjectivity or objectivity, features based on key entities such as the visibility of image capture, screen size of the cell phone, or lens quality of the camera. So by the time you extract some documents or some text online, maybe we are talking about your 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 you're doing a review about a phone now. Someone can say, okay, I don't like this. The phone should have been something size, maybe, or the camera lens should have been 25 MP megapixel. So you might want to extract some information that is related to the pixel of your phone. So it can come in place when it comes to parameters used in your sentiment analysis. So various online tools are available to interpret consumer sentiments effectively. Some of these tools are Dopsy, Backtweets, Twitter for TweetBlip, which Richly, I think it can provide that connotation. So some other notable online sentiment analysis tools are Social Mention, AlertRank, Sentiment Analysis, and Twitter Sentiment Analysis. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this slide. So we have talked about slide 3. I So let's see whether we can how far we can go in our next slide. That's talking about mobile analytics. I think we should be able to cover everything on module 4 today. I hope so. But let me check. Are we still there? Hello?
Hello, we're here. I'm here.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope there's no background noise on my side. So let's check to the next session, which is mobile analytics. So in today's objective, we should be able to discuss the relevance of business value of mobile analytics, popular mobile analytics tools, explain the key techniques for performing mobile analytics, discuss the challenges related to mobile analytics. So sorry about that. So mobile technology has evolved from 1G to 4G. Even I believe we are even moving to 5G. 5G will soon be. I think we are even in the age of 5G. It's not that we are not there yet in this country. Are we not? So features that help in mobile marketing is cost effectiveness, scalability, flexibility, measurability, target approach, and portability. Because if you check it, the ratio of people using mobile to those that are using a personal computer, it's very, very high. Everybody is on mobile. Everybody's on the go. I cannot take my PC now. I cannot be in a public transport or even in the car. Maybe while I'm driving, I can still press my phone. But I can't do it with a personal computer. So and everybody's on the mobile. If you go to Twitter, Twitter, Facebook, you can use it on your mobile compared to personal computer. You have to open it. It's not something that is mobile. So mobile analytics can be very, 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 very effective. So mobile analytics is the process of analyzing the behavior of mobile users, and it's often used as a means of efficient customer relationship management analytics. Because if you're able to scale your product, maybe you're using a, a product and an application, for example. So most products are usually They usually go on mobile before you can have the desktop application of it, because everybody uses mobile. If you're able to scale your products for mobile, that should be the first step. That should even be the first step. So mobile analytics is a study of data collected to track sales, keep the customer engaged, convert potential buyers into buyers, analyze screen flow, analyze visitors demographics and preferences, analyze mobile commerce activities, track URL or links sought by mobile phone users. It's actually flexible using mobile. So let's deep dive into that. So we are trying to check mobile analytics and web analytics now. So mobile analytics is similar to website analytics and social analytics in many ways. So what are the key factors that differentiate mobile analytics from web analytics? Location-based segmentation, whereas web analytics is global. Use of complex code and programming language than web analytics. Depends on network service provider, where web analytics does not. Now, difficult to measure because mobile applications run offline. Yeah, needs some extra tools developed solely for mobile channels. Makes sentiment analysis challenging. Possess challenge of mobile applications permitting limited data collection. Incorporates other digital analytics technologies. Okay. So the following table summarizes the key differences between mobile and web analytics. So features session tracking, cookies, and JavaScript. While mobile analytics, you have UDID. I forgot the full name of this UDID again. User interface is keyboard and mouse, while mobile analytics is touch-based. Everybody is using. You can hardly see smartphone that doesn't use touch. You can hardly see now. So there are some mobile that are still using keyboard now, but I think everything is now touch-based. Measurements too. Page views, search, referrals, and visits. Now, this one you have referrals and search is not extensively measured in mobile analytics. Unlike web, it's more flexible. It's more flexible to search compared to mobile. So it's not really search because you're considering maybe an application on a mobile phone. Let's see. Next slide. So what are the business values you can derive from mobile analytics? So the value of information related to consumer preferences is important for mobile marketing campaigns because mobile screen is small and users have limited attention span. The following figure shows the diverse uses of mobile phones: texting, social media, games, music downloads, video downloads, applications, and m-commerce, that's mobile commerce. So texting, enter with WhatsApp on the likes of that. Social media, because you can actually socialize using your phone. So games and all the likes of that. Okay. So types of mobile analytics results. It can effectively collect and interpret data from various data sources to provide useful information, including number of unique visitors and total visitors, click paths and pages viewed by the visitor, time spent on a page, type of mobile device used, and mobile network operator. Screen resolution of mobile used, visitors downloading history, visitors location, performance of advertising campaign and partner. You can use mobile analytics to achieve all these results. So types of mobile analytics application, you have the mobile sites, you have mobile application. So you have some sites that are made for mobile, and you have the mobile application. Because there are some sites, it's you have the mobile version of it, and you have the web version of it, like the one you can use on desktop. So the one for desktop, you can't really use it. It's not flexible on phones. So you have a compatible version of it, which you can't really do more. You can't really do more when it comes to mobile sites compared to the desktop version of the site. So mobile sites are the slimmed version of website that can be easily rendered on mobile device. So you can see slimmed versions of website. So you can't really do more compared to the desktop version without installing any special application. So these days, most business organizations are opting to the mobile version of websites to reach mobile users. Because if your website is just it's just the desktop version, and mobile users can communicate with you out there, then it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge because mostly everybody is on mobile. So your website should be reachable via mobile. So you need to have a mobile site. And also mobile applications are software programs that are downloaded and installed on the mobile device. So when you talk about Google Play Store or Apple Store, so a mobile application is a good option for an organization to create an interactive engagement with users on mobile devices. However, websites are more suitable solution for business purposes. Yeah, but first of all, you need to have your product in as a form of mobile application. It's very nice, but challenge is challenge is having an interactive UI user interface is very important when it comes to launching a mobile application in that regard. So if you don't have an interactive UI, then customers will find it flexible to use your product. So what's the advantage of mobile sites over mobile application? Uh, are that mobile websites are easy to browse, are compatible to different OS and devices, can be upgraded as many times as many times as required. How about the advantages of websites? Can be converted into mobile applications, yeah, and are cost effective. So an organization needs to consider some questions before delving into mobile analytics. So what does it want to analyze? Mobile website or mobile application? Does it want to measure a metric similar to web analytics? Can it reuse the organization existing analytical tools or applications? Maybe you have analytical tools that are used for mobile analytics, web analytics. Can you use them for mobile analytics or application also? So does it have required skills in terms of human resources to handle the mobile analytics? Does it have the clarity of an ultimate business goal? So delving into business analytics does really answer our business objectives, what we're trying to meet. So does it have the clarity about the expected outcome of mobile marketing campaign? So you have to ask those questions. So where can we apply mobile analytics? Mobile analytics can be measured uh, using the following factors. You can measure the following factors. Mobile analytics determine the size, demographics, and psychometrics of the audience. Can interpret data which can be used for identifying the content that interests the audience or the organization to present a product or service effectively on mobile website. So, for example, as I said I think in the previous session, like you drop an application on Google Play Store, can place reviews, rate the product and the likes of that. So mobile analytics just can be used to improve the performance of other marketing areas. It can be incorporated with the results of other analytics to improve the overall performance of business. So you can incorporate the result of mobile analytics with the one you have already with web analytics and improve the overall performance of the business. It can determine the utility of mobile channels as marketing mix. Yeah, it's very important. So also, mobile analytics can determine the lifetime of a customer on mobile network. So, mobile analytics tools are utilized in data collection, data processing, reporting, interpretation, and visual analysis. So, mobile analytics tools based on corporation, internal mobile analytics tools, and external mobile analytics tools. So let's see some popular mobile analytics tools. We have AdMob, Bango, Google Analytics, Localytics. I think these localities should be talking about locations, and so let's see whether we can explore some of them in the next slide. Okay, yeah. So on the basis of utility, mobile analytics tools can be classified as location-based tracking tools. So organizer can optimize websites and applications if the location of the mobile user is known. But it's very difficult to locate the website visitor. Some of the excellent tools that can analyze the geodata are geolocated and placed. So real-time analytics tools, it has now become a necessity for organizations to analyze the data as soon as it is received. The tools like Google Analytics and Localytics help in real-time analyzing of the data. Gecko board and Mixpanel are a few of other commodity or commonly used real-time analytics tools. So let me so for example, you might be using something like maybe Taxify or all these ride sharing services. They use this location-based tracking tool so that to be able to track the nearest rider at your location to be able to get you a ride that as soon as possible. So this kind of analytics are used. So user behavior tracking tools. Mobile analytics can help organizations in understanding how the consumers are engaging and interacting with their sites on mobile. Some of user behavior tracking tools are test flight, mobile app tracking, and AppSala. Okay, I think this is the end of this slide. Some key steps for successful integration of the mobile analytics in business processes are to understand the mobile device and its OS, identify the goal of the data analysis, create the data set of target audience, modify data by removing outliers and replacing missing values, transform the data, perform data mining, select algorithm for data mining, perform analysis for mobile mining, and interpret data for relationship among variables. Then implement and interpret the results. So on the basis of data collection and analysis process, mobile analytics can be understood broadly in two steps on the basis of data collection and analysis process. So which are data collection through mobile applications. So what are the benefits of mobile data collection application? Data collection to mobile devices increases productivity, reduce unnecessary paperwork, because you have everything on your mobile and you can just share. Sharing of data collected on mobile devices minimizes data redundancy. So following are some commonly used data collection applications, numbers. So this is a result for those needing to organize data and perform calculations. Okay. And the base, there are the application for inventories, surveys, directories, and CRM. We have quick tap survey and survey deck. So these are used for data collection. Statistics visualizer and form view. So you have some data collection into server, some occasions that can use as that regard. So you have data winners, command D mobile, enterprise server, open data kit. Okay. So you have app analytics reports. So mobile app reports are generally used for the following purposes: calculating the number of installation for an app, which Google, if you have your app on Google Play Store, you can have that calculation there. Identify the devices and networks used for an app. So maybe it's Android or the Apple user and the likes of that. To determine geographic locations of app users and their languages, calculating the total app purchase, tracking content such as video and images, identifying number of screens per visit. So what are the classifications of mobile app analytics reports? You have the audience, acquisition, that's when you talk about the number of the installation and the likes of them, behavior of the customer, then conversion also. So who are those customers you need to convert from prospective customers to actual customers? What are the challenges? So mobile analytics has its own challenges, such as all mobile phones do not support HTML, JavaScript, browser cookies, and images. So mobile carriers change subscriber identity randomly, because I can be using MTN today, then MTN fucks up, then like today now that MTN just fucked up, then I want to be using a alert. Like okay. Some mobiles do not allow redirects. Some special characters in the URL are not supported on mobile. Interrupted connections in mobiles may cause broken requests. So maybe I'm trying to generate transaction online now. Whereas I'm using the internet, then somebody just calling. It's going to break the whatever thing I'm doing on the mobile. So it's going to break that transaction. I have to start over again. So a few other critical issues severely hampering mobile marketing campaigns are as follows. Network issues. So network operators are unable to understand the business processes occurring outside the carrier's own firewall. Real-time data in combination with historical data can streamline and optimize the network operators, because like for example now, MTN does not understand the importance of this meeting and they decide to focus. they don't understand what is going on. They're just doing their own thing. And I have to just switch to another kind of network. It's part of it, part of the challenge. Security issues and government protocol. Deep packet inspection and deep packet capture can examine and extract data, which may include confidential information such as bank account details or medical history at the desired level of specificity. So let's say for that, for example, the Twitter analysis you are trying to do, you are trying to generate or to retrieve tweets of people and direct messages. Sometimes you can retrieve direct messages. So you might get to retrieve some confidential information whereby maybe that's not supposed to be revealed outside that. But you're just generating your own information. So these are the security issues that are attached to it. Also, few activities are prone to crime such as identity theft and scams. To avoid this, one can follow the guidelines given below. Keep mobile secure, keep password secure and never share it. Keep password difficult to manage. Avoid using application that stores your login details. Avoid using application that follow automatic login. So if you can access someone's let's say for example, you can get someone's access to his mobile and get some information. This can lead to crime activities such as you scamming the person, since you have the person details and all the rest of them. So these are the security issues with mobile analytics. So what are the points to remember? Like a summary. The exponentially increased demand for data on mobile devices is driving the need to study mobile user behavior, also referred to as mobile analytics. So the features that make mobile technology better than other forms of direct marketing are cost effectiveness, scalability, flexibility, measurable, targeted approach, and portability. Then we have mobile analytics is the study of data collected to track sales, keep customers engaged, convert potential buyers to buyers, analyze screen flow, analyze visitors, demographics and preference, analyze mobile commerce activities by keeping transactions tracked, and identify revenue resources and price of them. So mobile analytics can effectively collect and interpret data from various data sources to provide useful data information, including number of unique visitors and total visitors, click paths, and pages viewed by the visitor. So you might be interested in number of times visitor visits your page or so on, or the kind of page, kind of parts and pages viewed by the visitor. Maybe the person is interested in a particular part of your page and that's of that. Also, the time spent on a page, type of mobile device used and the mobile network provider, screen resolution of the mobile phone used, so as you be able to understand better how you can optimize the page of your maybe your mobile site, for example. Visitors downloading history, visitors location, performance of advertising campaign and advertising partner. So types of applications made for mobile analytics, mobile sites and mobile applications. So what are the advantages of mobile websites? They are easy to browse, compatible to different operating systems and devices. Upgrade them as many times as you need. They all have all the advantages of websites. Yeah, obviously. Can convert your mobile website to a mobile application and they are cost effective. So following are some of the key steps for successful integration of mobile analytics in the business process. Understand the mobile device and its OS. Goal of data analysis, create a data set of target audience. And modify data by removing outliers and replace missing values. Transform the data, perform data mining, select algorithm, perform analysis, interpret data and verify relationship among variables, and give interpretations. So, though even the mobile analytics has all those advantages, there are also some setbacks, sort of challenges. So, all mobile phones do not support the HTML, JavaScript, browser cookies, and images. And mobile carriers change subscriber identity randomly. Some mobiles do not allow redirects. Some special characters in the URL are not supported on mobile. And interrupted connections in mobiles may cause broken requests also. So at this stage, I would, though the last session is not really intensive. So even though the slide is like it's like 4 or 15. It's not really much. But at this point, let's just take a 15-minute break before we continue. This class will end before 2:15. So I want to take a break.
All right.
So if anyone has not eaten, please go and eat. Hello. Hello, are we there?
I'm here.
Okay. You want to talk about? I think.
Hi, here, I'm here.
Can we continue now?
Okay.
Oh, you are not done with your break. Okay, I believe we can continue. Okay. No. It's not. This thing is not ordered. I don't know why. So once talk about Tableau as a tool for big data visualization. So we have tools like Power BI, View, and that's of that. We'll be talking about Tableau in this course. So what's today's objectives? Describe the techniques of visualization. Describe big data visualization and its value in the corporate world. Discuss a few big data visualization tools and techniques. And upload the Tableau software. Though I don't think my Tableau software. I'm supposed to open the Tableau software so you can okay, let me ask. Susan, do you have Tableau on your desktop? Hi, Susan. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, you have Tableau on your desktop,
I
right?
do. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Okay, no problem. So what's visualization is study of visual representation of data or information. Visualization is very important when it comes to trying to communicate results to the end user or to your client, because they would understand better when they see than when you're just talking about algorithms or codes or just but they would really relate better with what they say. That's why the reaction is very important. Okay. So instructional designers use abstract and model-based scientific visualization. TVNet integrates visuals for a realistic imagination of events. Scientists use digital image visualization to present scientific data. Now, visualization influences human visual system. It helps establish relationship and distinction between patterns because it's just normal. You tend to communicate better with visuals than just seeing something or, or writing something. It makes more sense when you can see it. So visual representation interpretations helps in exploring further details. It facilitates identification of problems. Visualization points out interesting breakthroughs in large datasets. It helps in understanding trends and outliers also. So take for example now, maybe the sale of you have a data that involves the sales of um, a client that sells umbrella. Now for that kind of data, it tends to increase. The sales of umbrella tend to increase towards the rainy season. But if you have that data, you can't really. I don't know why my voice is echoing. Hold on. So if you have that kind of data, you can't really tell the trend of that data without visualization. But if I should plot maybe a scatter plot, having the sales on the y-axis and the months on the x-axis, you'll be able to see the increase of sales of umbrella in months like maybe June, July, where you have with season. So that helps with data visualization. So we have visualization techniques like isosurfaces, streamlines, maps, parallel coordinates, Venn diagrams, timeline, Euler diagram, hyperbolic trees. You have so many of them whereby you can't really explain everything. But it depends. So let's talk about types of visualization. You have 1D or linear visualization. So for this type of visualization, we have a list of items organized in a predefined manner. It's generally not in use. You don't really use this. So the most common one is the 2D or planar visualization. For example, the chloroplet, cartogram, dot distribution map, proportional symbol map. What are the tools that I use? GeoCommons, Google Fusion, Tables, Google Maps API, Google Maps, many are Google Charts, and Tableau Public. So for example, your scattered diagram, or what do you call it, is a 2D plan, is a 2D visual, X and Y axis and all that's area. I have 3D, which is volumetric. Anything that is 3-dimensional is considered to be volumetric. For example, 3D computer models, surface rendering, volume rendering, and computer simulations. So let's say, for example, the plan of a house is an example of a 3D kind of visual. So you have this kind of tools to explore that. Dr. Magnus.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Sorry for my absence.
Thanks for coming.
It is well.
I know it is well.
It is. It is. Good afternoon, Suzanne.
Good afternoon, sir.
I hope my absence is pardoned. Okay.
So you have temporal, for example, timeline, time series, Gantt chart, Sankey diagram, alluvial diagram, connected scatter plots. So what are the tools to explore this? You have timeline.js, Excel, time plots, time searcher, Google Charts, and Tableau Public. We have multi-dimensional kind of visuals. Where we have pie chart, histogram, bubble cloud, tag cloud, bar chart, scatter plots, and flex. Then you have these tools to use this kind of visuals. They have tree/hierarchical visuals like dendrogram, radial tree, a parabolic tree, and wedge stack graph. Then we have these tools to explore this kind of visualization. But in this session, we'll be talking about Tableau. Let's continue. So what are the applications of visualization? We have educational visualization that can be used for educational purposes. Information visualization, which is to display or to showcase information about a particular product. Product visualization, scientific visualization, systems visualization, visual communication, visual analytics. Okay. So the importance of big data visualization is a way to reduce turnaround time that is consumed in interpreting big data. Yeah, because if you have visuals for your results, it saves you the stress of trying to communicate your results to your end user or to your client. Visuals actually speaks for itself. Please permit me for 10 minutes. I want to have, I don't know what kind of break I want to call it. Just permit me for 10 minutes, please. I hope permission is granted.
Yes, Emmanuel.
It's okay. It's okay.
So I'm back.
Welcome.
All right, thank you. So data visualization tools or techniques are unable to interpret audio, video, and complex sentences, are unable to cater to most of the problems of big data analytics, falter on performance, heterogeneity of data sources, and streaming of data. Business value of data visualization. Most common big data notations is 3Vs, which is velocity, volume, and variety. Also, big data generated from social media sites is valuable source of information to understand customer sentiment, that is opinion mining in this case, and demographics. Other big data benefits less and less due to most of the data being unstructured, data not being analyzed in real time, huge amount of data being generated, lack of efficient tools and techniques. But development of advanced tools such as Hadoop and other analytical software for mobiles and tablets shows the organization are trying to overcome the shortcomings. Where advanced visual analytics enabled researchers and business owners to explore the data to find out trends and patterns. So data reduction and abstraction. So turning data into information with visualizations. So visualization facilitates identification of patterns in form of graphs or charts and making it more useful, generally through data reduction and abstraction. So what's visual data reduction process? It involves automated data analysis to measure density, outliers, and density differences. So these measures are being used to for visual quality metrics. Though as you can use data visualization to identify outliers like drawing using histograms or even let's say histograms, for example, histograms. Whereby you can also use summary statistics to identify outliers also, but visualization shows you how large is the outlier far from other data points. So visual quality metrics, size metrics, visual effectiveness metrics, feature preservation metrics. And generally a visual analytics tool should be simple enough so that even non-technical users can operate it. So, for example, Tableau, So Tableau is, I don't know, that's my opinion anyways, but I guess it's generally accepted everywhere. Tableau is more easy to use compared to Power BI. So it should be simple enough so that even non-technical users can operate it. Though as simple as it may be, the advantage of all these applications now is that is the advanced user interface. It's bringing on the table the advanced user interface, ability to use the drag and drop button to just without having to write codes and the likes of that. But as it is easy to use, it is actually easy to do rubbish. Because if you don't understand the concepts behind the drag and drop, you can actually drag and drop rubbish because you don't understand what the drag and drop is actually doing. You just drag and drop and you see that, oh, you have a visual, but if you don't understand the concept as it's easy to use, it's very easy to do rubbish also. Interactive to connect with different data sources of data. Power BI can give you that. Tableau can do that. Competence to create apps, visuals for interpretations, able to interpret big data and share the information. Technology uses histograms, clustering, and descriptive lift transforms. Data quality technology used establishing links, installing missing data, and polishing of data. What are the obstacles in big data visualization? Visual analytics applications are subjective because it's mostly what it has been put in place, because the drag and drop, it's already coded, because you don't really have much to do about the transformation. Though you can model your output, but it's more subjective. So applications are developed in a proprietary way, minimizing the sharing of resources. Visual analytics involving many users, while social media activities being collaborative in nature, make it difficult for classical data management techniques to handle both issues.
Emma, can I ask a question?
Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Previously we were using R to be able to do to extract our information from the big data. Now, how would these various techniques visualize those ones? Are they going to be connected? Are you going to load the results of the R into the Power BI or into Tableau for you to be able to do this? Or is there a way there is an interface between the results you generated with your R and the visualization you want to portray?
Now, this is visualization now. R is not built majorly for visualization. And in R, if you want to do your visuals, you have to write codes and all that. But Tableau as a visualization tool is just basically visualization. It's different from a general programming language. Now, for Power BI or Tableau, for example, now you can connect to different data sources. For example, if you have your what do you call it? Your data in SQL Server or MySQL or Oracle SQL, you can just connect right away to your database and connect the data you want to use. You can do joins and the likes of that, and do your visualization. So it's just basically for the, and you don't need to write codes and all the likes of them. Compared to R, whereby even if you want to do your plots, you have to write commands and the likes of that. But with Tableau or Power BI and the likes of them, you can just, it's just mainly for visualization. It's a visualization tool.
So, sorry. That means I'm still trying to to get a link between what is done in R and what is visualized. Since I'm now going to, for instance, I wouldn't want to go into writing the codes to generate all the histograms and the clusters and all that. How do I use either Tableau or Power BI to get those information displayed visually that I have already determined using R?
Now you can do if what you want to do is majorly visualization, you might be so flexible with R and likes of that. You might not necessarily need to use Power BI. Like if you know how to write your code to get your visuals, but there are if you want to use R, you have to know packages, load some packages to use some features and the likes of that. If you are very flexible with that, you not necessarily need to use visualization tool if you are very comfortable with that. But in this case, so the advantage of visualization tool over R is that you can connect to different data sources. That is one. With all this Power BI, Tableau, and the likes. Now, Power BI and Tableau, you can automate your visuals, whereby if you have your visuals, though you should be able to do that in R also, but it's not going to be real time, unlike Power BI and Tableau, whereby just connect your data to it. So the analysis you've done, since the data is going to be following the same format, it's just going to refresh and it's going to be automated and the information will be updated.
Okay.
All right. So examples of data visualization to Excel, last.forward, Arc, Google Chat API, Tweet8, Tag Galaxy, D3, but the most common one is the Excel part of it. Google Chat API, there are some people that are using this. Let's see some, whether we still have some other ones. Okay, I think this is the end of this slide. Let's see the second part of our slide. Okay. So big data tools are an excellent example of business intelligence with minimal coding, but high performance. So as I've said earlier, compared to so big data tools promise to deliver more customer-centric solutions with additional features like real-time accessibility to information, as I said earlier, adaptive applications, better response time, and driven by business processes. So big data visualization tools should be able to create predictive models, combine different analytic techniques and models, provide real-time accessibility of data and results, use algorithm rather than codes. So big data visualization started with the use of proprietary data. Some of the excellent proprietary data visualization software are all of this. But this is the one we'll be using for this session, Tableau software. But I think it's going to be Susan that will help us out in this case. Okay. Open source data visualization tools. Let's look at some open source. Some open source data visualization tools are Yoic, BTK, K5D, Tulip. Though I've not been able to explore most of these, even everything here. I'm not able to explore all of these, but we can explore them, but not now. Okay. So let's see the benefits of open source library. So the benefits of open source library are that it can discover knowledge in big data, provides multi-channel analytics for modeling, can compress the complexity of data, can create automated and dynamic solution, easy to use, provide customized business solutions, is web accessible and wireless enabled, is consistent and reusable, excellent. So open source library are always very cool, very cool, because a lot of people came together to develop those library for use and implement it for general use, like packages we use in our software. So analytical techniques are used to analyze complex relationship between variables. So yeah, like our regression analysis, grouping method, multiple equation model. So for regression analysis, you have the ordinary least square regression, logistic regression, and all of that. So all of this, we should be able to do that in using our visualization tools. So machine learning techniques in visualization. So machine learning predicts the outcome of on the basis of some known properties learned from the training data. So the technique can be classified as supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised. It is these three are the most common. Then we have reinforcement learning, you have deep learning and the likes of them, developmental learning, learning to learning to learn, transduction. So machine learning is just training a particular model without being explicitly programmed, like having to learn from experience. So the model having to learn from experience without being explicitly programmed, like give it past, give it data. Data is something that's core before. To learn from it and try and generate future generate future values with those training sets to be able to perform better. So training on based on experience without being explicitly programmed. So it's been trained. For what we have, we train that person with what we have. So the person can learn from there. So that's just basically machine learning. Which of the following machine learning techniques are use inputs to study the effects of an output? So the Tableau products are most widely used big data visualization tools. So I think after Tableau we have Power BI. Yeah. Okay, but but it's arguable in some country. You know, these people they prepare Tableau now. But if you go to some other organization, they will choose Power BI over Tableau. But generally, Tableau it's preferable compared to Power BI. So you have Tableau desktop, Tableau server, Tableau reader, Tableau public. So let's see what's the difference. So Tableau desktop, you can do ad hoc analytics, graphs and reports, explore, visualize and analyze data, create dashboards, interactive data experience. Tableau server, business intelligence, share visual analytics, publish interactive analytics or dashboards, secure information, manage metadata, and connect with others. This one you can use it online. This one it's like more like offline version again. You use Tableau reader, file sort and page through the views, Acrobat for data, quick download, visualization and dashboard share on desktop. You have Tableau public, create, publish interactive visualization, embed in blog and website. So it's more of each one you can embed in blog and website, free download and hosting services. So this is more used on website and likes of that. Okay. So creating visualization with Tableau desktop. The Tableau software helps in creating different types of visualization. Some that help in exploring the website traffic, display forest fire hotspots, display the recruitment of college football team, give the comparison of performances of competitor companies, create scatter plots, a lot of it, create can do a map plot whereby if you have the longitude and latitude of those locations, a lot you can do. So visualization created in Tableau. This is an example of visualization. This is scatter plot. And you have this like showing a yearly trend of a particular maybe sales or something. So the figure shows the scatter plot used to show the relationship between sales and game reviews. The figure shows the Tableau dashboard. So the dashboard is just the compilation, or when you are trying to, so you have what we call sheets. You have what we call sheets, then we have called dashboard. Now a dashboard can take in as the maximum sheet you should have on a dashboard is 3. It's more than 3, it's kind of congested. So if you have 3 reports that are related, kind of related to each other, you can put them on the dashboard. Then create you can create a filter whereby, okay, maybe you can have a map plot somewhere, an histogram, and maybe its map. Then okay, maybe you want to filter by country. If I click on Nigeria, then you can see maybe the sales of the total sales in Nigeria. Then in the histograms, you see it by sector. Just like create a relationship. So the dashboard you can add as much sheets as possible, like reports. Then you can have like 3 or 2 reports together whereby they have things in common, a kind of relationship, so that you can see the relationship at a glance on the dashboard. So that's the essence of using the dashboard. So as you can see here, you have 2 charts here. You have US average income and real GDP per capita. Then you have percentage change to first year. Then that's the second chart here. So I think 2 of them has common relationship. That's why you have them on this dashboard. This is Gantt charts created in Tableau. So it's more or less used to plot, to show plot of categorical variables. So you are trying to look at this one is trying to show the gender gap at pay level, like maybe the salary gap of different genders in a particular maybe sector, maybe oil and gas, maybe energy, maybe transportation sector, the likes of that. And so let's see an introduction to Tableau desktop workspace. This is not actually is not flexible. I don't think it's visible for you. You can't see clearly like this. So in this, I think it is now I need Suzanne to share her screen. But before that, let me see this third slide. I think she will need to share her screen now. But this is more like something that is you have to see practically.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Just I was trying to open the other one, but it didn't open. You told me to uninstall or repair. So I'm trying to install another one right away. You get?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that, then let's see. Let's just so let's take. Okay, I think this one is still practical session. So clicking, okay, this one. No, I don't need this part. So So multiple worksheet page. So as I said, worksheet. So you can have worksheet 1, you have your plots there. So all the worksheets can be viewed on the left hand side of Tableau. Worksheets are dragged and dropped in the same position of. So the Tableau workspace. To open workspace, you drag the desired data source icon and drop it on the Tableau icon. The following figure shows the default workspace view of workspace. So you just drag. It's a drag and drop. A drag and drop stuff. Just drag the particular column and choose this type of the type of, what do you call it, of chart. Maybe it's Caterpillar, maybe it's histogram. Then so these are the two bars we have here. This is to save, new dashboard, clear sheet, duplicate sheet. So when Susan is done, we are going to explore this, even though there's not much time. Even though there's not much time. Okay. So exploring Tableau workspace elements. So Tableau server is a great tool for those who upload their files regularly and who want to share their work with others. Server can be accessed either by having named user license or core license. It's compliant to security laws and permits its customer to access tailored reports. So the data window, data source in Tableau appears as a data window. So a single data window permits opening of multiple data sources. Yes.
I don't know. It's showing I've been blocked. I don't understand.
Are you downloading another one?
I have it already. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to open it. It didn't open. It was telling me uninstall or repair. I tried to repair it didn't work, so I uninstalled it, and I'm trying to install another one, and it popped up. A message popped up saying you've been blocked.
That you have been what?
You've been blocked.
Tableau desktop, right? Is it Tableau desktop? Hello, Susan. I think I have one here, but it's just that I'm not able to see my free trial as exhausted, and I think it's Power BI now. I can just. And I purposely reserved this because I know you are not going to use it now, but I didn't start it since I've downloaded this. And if I want to say saying your trial for this version has ended, I don't. If I should try and download another one, it's going to take a lot of time.
Is the Tableau a free software like R?
It's not free.
Okay.
So, but you can download. You can have a free trial. I think you have 30 days free trial when you download.
Okay.
So after that free trial, you have to pay.
Do you know how much it is?
I don't. Yeah, you can check out their plans if you want to buy. So, or their pricing. For their pricing here now, you have for individuals you have $70 per month.
Well, I thought it's a software. I thought you just buy and install it for the.
No. So you have for.
There should be a permanent. This instead of this monthly, 70 times 12. That is 800.
So you don't usually yes, look at Power BI too. You can't just it has to be monthly. All this software. Is it that is monthly or yearly? I want to try and but it might just take time.
So the yearly should be give and take between 700 and 800 $800
Yeah, yeah. So it's someone that uses it for commercial purpose that is going to buy. So, that's hey, say start your free 14-day trial. Look at this now. I have to use free 14-day trial. So after 14 days, I won't be able to use it. It's not even downloading.
Some of those softwares, once you use a trial version, you can't use it twice.
Yes, but I'm trying to use another email. I think I use my work email to do that.
They may have your
I don't know that.
machine. They may have your machine information. So they work with your email and also work with your machine information. If it's the same machine, you hardly can use it twice for some of them.
Oh, okay. I get.
You
No,
can use different email on a different system. It will see that email with a different system, but using the same system, they already once you connect, they have your system information.
I think that's the same issue I'm having.
Yes, they will hardly allow you to do trial version twice.
So it is well. I didn't even. It's because I'm not in the office because I had issues connecting at the office.
Okay.
We have Tableau. You have Tableau on the system in the office, but I have to change to another location so that I can have the class.
Okay.
Maybe in our next class we are going to explore the Tableau environment. I got space. So let's just take the last slide, and everything is just about the Tableau desktop. So I don't think we'll be able to do anything without the Tableau desktop. You won't be able to do anything. So let's just take the summary then. In the next class, we probably should be able to explore. So visual analytics combine the power of algorithm intelligence and computational power of modern computers to communicate correlation, trends, patterns, and interpretation of various data points. So apart from simple line diagrams, bar graphs, we can also present that visually by isosurfaces, direct volume rendering, streamlines, maps. And this one is very common. If you need to find the sales of a particular product in maybe regions or country, you just have the corresponding longitude and latitude of those locations, you can do that. Timeline, Euler diagram, hyperbolic trees. These ones are not really common. The ordinogram, when it comes to like want to find a visual that's related to building a tree diagram. Also, I'm trying to go to the Tableau part of it. Okay. So Tableau desktop environment is simple and easy to learn for those who are already working on spreadsheets or other analytics tools. Tableau Server is a good tool for those who upload their files regularly and want to share their work with others. With a web browser, it allows people to view and interact with Tableau. It can automatically refresh data extracts published to the Tableau server. So I'll connect to Power BI now. So I'll show you one thing we can do. We can do that same thing in Tableau. So I'll just do one more thing, then we end the class. So Tableau uses the data types to store assigned data source. If data types are not specified, Tableau assigns data types by itself. So you can do that. If data type is not specified, it looks into the data and chooses the most fit data type for that particular column. So following are some data types that Tableau supports: text values, date and time values, like timestamp format, numerical values, geographical values that deal with longitude and latitude, and Boolean values. So Tableau supports different types of mathematical and statistical data operations also. Tableau dashboards present data in the most effective way for analyzing information and monitoring the performance of our overall business goals. So to end the class, I will show us something to end the class. So before that, I want to open Workbench. So I want to show us something here before I open the Tableau desktop. Sorry, the Power BI desktop. So let me open Power BI. So this is my Workbench. This is my SQL. So let's start. My Power BI desktop is still for sure. So I need to start this server. Okay. So this is I'll just close this guy. So let's see, I have I don't know how this is doing this. So let's say I have the data that I want to extract from my database. So for example, in the Power BI, I'll go to get data. I'm going to see something like I'm going to see this. So these are the data sources you can connect to. So let's say I want to connect to a database, then I want to connect to my SQL. Then I'll just select this and click on connect. And it's going to ask me for the credentials to connect. What's the name of the server? What's the database I'm connecting to? So I'll just so I'll just provide my IP address. In this case, it's 1.1. Then the port 306. This is for my SQL anyways. Then the database name, which is SQL_HR. I'll just click on OK. Then Then it's going to connect there. So it's saying my SQL unable to connect to any of the specified MySQL host. It's because that when I open this guy now, it no connection was established because my server was not running, and I don't know why it's keep on giving that. And if the server is running, it will just connect to the database, then I will have the information that I need on Power BI directly. I will just see the database I need to connect. But I don't know why it's just giving me this issue.
Maybe we could start there next week.
Yes. So you just when it's connected successfully, you just show me the database here, and I have the different tables. So if it's that particular database you need to, you just pick up the tables, then load it in the environment, then start doing your visualization. So next week, maybe we start from here next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's all for today. So Susan,
Thank you.